Hi, I'm Kelsey from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com, and today we are going to talk about cloth diapering 101. If you're brand new to cloth diapering, this is going to be a great video to watch to give you the basic understanding of what you need to cloth diaper and how you can be successful. I was new to cloth diapering about 4 months ago now, and it was completely overwhelming. All the different random abbreviations, all the different types of diapers. It was so confusing and just a little bit intimidating trying to decide what type of diaper to buy, what sort of inserts I needed, how do I wash these things. It was just all way too much. So I watched about 100 YouTube videos on it trying to figure out how I was going to do this, and I finally settled into a rhythm of what really seems to work for us. So this is how I cloth diaper. Doesn't mean this is how you have to cloth diaper, but hopefully everything I talk about here will be helpful for you as you get started with cloth diapering and help you to feel confident that yes, you can do this. So real quick, let's talk about why you might want a cloth diaper. Number one, it's very environmentally friendly. If you think about disposable diapers, how they're being manufactured, how they're being packaged, how they're being shipped, and then being thrown away, the amount of resources that go into making and using those diapers is huge. And I think it's something like 100 years that it takes for those diapers to break down. So your environmental footprint is much lower with cloth diapers. Cloth diapers can actually also be very cost effective. There is a little bit of an upfront cost to get started with cloth diapering, but once you get those diapers, you can use them not just for one kid, but 2 or 3 kids in the future. They might need a little bit of fixing up or a few repairs, but ultimately once you buy those diapers, you've got them, you're set. Now at the time that I'm recording this, it is during the COVID-19 pandemic, and diapers and wipes are kind of hard to come by. So another thing that's good about cloth diapering is you are always cloth diaper secure. There's no, oh, I didn't realize we're almost out of diapers, you gotta run to the store and get some. You got them. You can just throw them in the wash and you have more diapers ready to rock and roll. So let's talk about the different types of diapers that you can get. One of the first ones that you'll see is an all-in-one or an AI1. This would be an example of an all-in-one diaper. There's nothing that comes apart from it. Your liner is built into the diaper, so it's got this thick pad. It doesn't remove. So you would put this diaper on, they'd poop or they'd pee in it, you take the whole diaper off, you throw it in your wash bag. It's all in one situation. It's just like using a disposable pretty much, except for you're not throwing it away. So that is what an all-in-one diaper is. The next type of diaper that you might hear about is an AI2 or an all-in-2. This is an example of an all-in-2. This is a Grovia or Grovia. I guess I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. But this is also called a hybrid diaper. So this one has your outer shell, this blue part, and then it has an insert here that snaps in. You can take the insert part out. So if your baby pees, you just snap the insert out, throw the insert in your wash bag, and put a new insert in. It's kind of hit or miss if they poop, whether or not it's going to stay on the insert or get in the rest of the diaper. So these sometimes work almost just like an all-in-one, where if it's too messy, the whole thing comes off, the whole thing is going to go in the wash bag. But that's pretty much with any diaper. Doesn't matter what kind, if it's an all-in-one, an all-in-two, if it's a diaper with just a cover. If it gets to be too big of a poopy mess, the whole thing's going to have to go to the wash. So that is a hybrid. One thing about the hybrid diapers is it can be a little more expensive to buy these. I know that this from Grovia or Grovia, the organic liners, I believe, are about 18 bucks a piece. So it's not exactly cheap, but a lot of people do like the combined system. Also, I will mention while I have this diaper out, this is what a hook and loop diaper refers to, is it is Velcro. Velcro is a brand name, so it has to be called hook and loop, not Velcro. Just like if you say, I need a tissue, you'd say I need a Kleenex. Well, Kleenex is a brand, it's of tissue sort of a thing. So these are called hook and loop. I had this idea that you actually had little like hooks and loops that kept the diaper together. No, it's just Velcro, just thousands of tiny little hooks and loops. So that's what that style of diaper is as well. The next and one of the more popular types of diapers are the pocket diapers. We use a combination pretty much of pocket diapers and then of inserts with covers. So this is a pocket diaper. This is a Mama Koala brand. And how this works is you've got your waterproof cover, then sewn all the way onto it and into it is a liner. And then at one end, there is a little pocket that you can stuff an insert in. So the Mama Koala ones, for example, they come with these inserts. These are microfiber inserts. They can be adjusted to be a different length. They've got little buttons here, so when your baby's a little smaller, you button it and have it that length, and then as they get bigger, you can unbutton it to make it fit them better. And so with the pocket diapers, you just grab onto it. I like to kind of hold it like this on my hand. It seems to work really well. And then you're going to take it and slide it into the pocket, just like that. And so that is how a pocket diaper works. So when baby goes to the bathroom in a pocket diaper, again, you're removing the whole thing and the whole thing has to go in the wash. I was trying to figure out at first, I didn't understand why you would have a pocket diaper versus just getting a diaper with a cover. The reason is this part here is typically made of a material that will wick moisture away from your baby. So if you're just doing a liner with a cover, there's no additional barrier between your baby's poop and pee and their little bottoms. So this does create that little extra barrier. Another style of diaper that you might hear about or read about is a double gusset. And so this diaper, what brand is this? This is a Bubby Bibby. This has a double gusset, so you can see where it goes around, wraps around the leg. Right here, it has two pieces of elastic that are going to go around the leg. I haven't seen that this makes a huge difference in terms of fit or leaking, but it is something you can do. There are also ones that have a double gusset that's a little bit more on the inside here. So this, you can see there's kind of a gap in between the outer gusset and the inner gusset. This one kind of goes right in the middle. The next type of diaper we're going to talk about is a diaper cover with an insert. So all it is just a plain cover like this. It's a waterproof cover. This is the Flip brand, which I really like for a couple of reasons. It has, on the inside, it has this little flap that helps to hold it in place, helps to hold your liner in place. It has that on both ends. And then it also has on the tabs that are fastening around your baby. You can imagine a little baby sitting in there. These tabs right here are a little bit stretchy. They have a little bit of elasticity. So I think you can get a pretty decent fit with these. So how these work are you take your cover and then you are going to put your insert in there. So if you wanted to, you could use just a microfiber insert like we got with our Mama Koala diapers. So it's just going to lay in there like that. And then it's going to go on your baby. Of course, you want it tucked in there better so that it's not sticking out the edges. But anyway, you can use whatever sort of insert you want in there, and that's how that's going to work. Or other people like to use flats or prefolds. So we'll talk a little bit about inserts now, I guess. We're kind of transitioning into that territory. So your inserts can be made like this, where it's kind of a prefabricated, just the right shape, the right size. You're just going to lay it in your diaper and you're going to put it on. They make these out of microfiber. You can get it made out of bamboo blends, cotton blends, charcoal bamboo blends. We pretty much just have these microfiber ones, and then we have a couple of other little odds and ends that people have given us. I have found that microfiber work just fine, unless we're going to be taking a nap. Then I might put a little bit of a booster in the diaper too, but otherwise these have been fine. One thing with the microfiber is you are not supposed to put them directly on your baby's little bum. So if you were to put a microfiber in here, you would want to either wrap something in it or lay something on top of it, because microfiber has such strong water wicking properties that it's going to pull moisture away from your baby's little bottom. So that's one thing about microfiber to keep in mind. So the other inserts that you'll probably see are going to be your prefolds. It is a rectangle of fabric, and then you can see it kind of has 3 panels. So when you put the diaper on, you can just fold it like that, and then you basically have, just like that microfiber insert, a nice little piece that you just lay in the diaper. Some people like to fold these in fancy ways. I do not, but you can if you want to. There are different folds where it goes on your baby like this. I'm going to take forever. There you go. So it kind of goes on your baby like a classic diaper you'd see in like the 1950s or a cartoon where it would be pinned here and here. If you do want to do that sort of diapering, another thing that you'll probably want to have in your diaper stash is something called a Snappi. So this is a Snappi. It's just this little doohickey here. It's a little bit stretchy. And on this side it has little kind of claws that will dig into your diaper and keep it on your baby. So if this is on your baby right now and your baby's legs are sticking out the sides, this grabs on here and here and here and helps to hold your diaper on under the cover. So you are pretty much only ever going to use these inserts with a cover of some type over top, because even though this is going to catch the pee and the poop, it will soak through and will get all over the place. So this is just the inner part of your diaper that's always going to have a cover over it of some kind or another. About these, talking more about these Prefolds, they, as you can see, have a thicker area in the middle and then it's a little thinner on the sides. I have a couple of different thicknesses of Prefolds. This one's pretty thin compared to, for example, this is an Econobum one, which is really super duper thick. So if my baby girl is going down for a nap and she is wearing, let's say, a Mama Koala, so one of these pocket diapers, I will take one of these really thin Prefolds, lay it in there, and then put it on her, just to make sure we're not going to get any sort of leaking. Now you will notice too, if you end up getting some inserts, some Prefold inserts from various people, like I have people found out we were going to cloth diaper and they were getting out of cloth diapering, so they were willing to give me what they had left over. And so I discovered that they come in different lengths and different sizes. So this one, for example, you can see next to an Econobum one is quite a bit smaller. So you'll kind of have to use, you'll have to use different ones depending on what size your baby is. And one thing you want to do, or you can do, and this Econobum kind of has the seams along it, so you can see, you can fold it the long way. So if your baby's, you know, maybe toddler age, you can fold it this way, or if you want it smaller, you can just fold it this way instead. And that way it's not going to be as long, and it's actually going to be pretty thick, super absorbent there in the middle. Now another type of diaper insert that you can use is something called a flat. And a flat is just a big white square of fabric. I guess it doesn't have to be white, it can be any color. And these are ones that you can use just as a little bit of a booster, so you can just fold it up, stick it in your diaper, or you can wrap it around an insert. I've done that before. And you can also fold these up kind of in those fancy origami ways to make it fit like a little old-fashioned diaper. And this again is something that you would use with a cover over top of it. Let's talk a little bit about the different kind of odds and ends that you're going to have for cloth diapering. So one of the things you definitely want to have is something to put your diapers in once they are dirty. I just use a wet bag. I got this on Amazon. It came in a 2-pack and it has these little clips on the side. So I just snap it right to the end of my changing table and the diapers go straight in here. I don't have another pail, I don't have a garbage can with a liner or it. I just have this bag right here. And then after I use it when I'm washing diapers, I just throw this bag in there with the diapers and wash this too. So that's why it's nice to have two of them so you can kind of sub them out. So that is a wet bag. I also like to have a smaller wet bag. So if you're going to be cloth diapering on the go, if you're going to be running into town or just doing a quick trip, you will want to have a smaller wet bag to bring with you. So this is what that looks like. Again, these usually are sold in packs of 2, and it has 2 pockets. So there's one pocket up here, and there's another pocket right here, and they are separate from each other, so you can keep clean diapers in one pocket and then your soiled diapers go in the other pocket. I have a friend who is done cloth diapering, but she kept her wet bags even after that because these work really slick. If you're going to be going to the pool or going to the beach, you can throw all your wet stuff in here and it's not going to leak through the bags. So these aren't super expensive, but these are really nice to have. I normally have this just folded up and tucked into our main diaper bag. Or if you really were trying to be economical in terms of space and not bringing a lot of stuff, you could throw your wipes and your diapers, clean diapers in here, and just bring this with as your diaper bag. Another thing that's nice to have is a reusable wipe pouch. So we do our own reusable wipes, which I'll show you here in just a minute. And this is really simple. It pops open just like a regular wipe container. And then it also opens up here at the top so you can stick wipes in there. And again, it's waterproof, so you can have your wet wipes in there on the go, and then when you are done using them, they just go in your little travel wet bag along with the diaper. So let's talk about the wipes that we use. So I keep our wipes right now in a little jar like this. I just mix up a solution, a wipe solution. I'll have more information on that linked below. And we just mix up a solution, a new solution every time we wash diapers, and then tuck our wipes in there. So this is, I'm going to pull this out here and I'll wring it out a little. So these are the wipes. I bought these on Amazon because at the time I did not have a sewing machine. If you happen to have a bunch of extra just nice flannel receiving blankets, I actually think I have one right here. These, we have a ton of these, or had a ton of these, and hardly use them at all with our baby girl. So just these thin, nice flannel receiving blankets you can easily cut up and use. I actually did cut one up and am using it because we realized we needed a few more wipes than I had bought, and they work really slick, but the edges obviously are starting to kind of unravel a little bit since they aren't hemmed at all. So that's a sewing project I'm going to work on here soon. But this will work fine for wipes. Just cut it into whatever size you want. Some people like to do bigger ones for if it's a poopy diaper, and like to do smaller sizes if it's just a wet diaper. I just kind of eyeballed it and cut them all into roughly the same shape. But anyway, these are the wipes that I got from Amazon. They're an organic cotton, just a flannel. And I have noticed that on a couple of them that this outer edge is starting to come off just a little bit. But for the most part, these are fine. I think they were $1 a piece and they came in a pack of 12. So these are really handy. You can just keep them in your jar and throw them in the wet bag with the diapers once you use them. I haven't decided yet, I might switch to using a spray bottle instead of a jar because I'm not sure that I like how well the solution stays, how long the shelf life is for the solution here. So I might try switching to a spray bottle and dry wipes, but I haven't decided quite yet. For right now, this seems to be working really well for us. Another thing you might want to have when you're cloth diapering is a sprayer hose. Now, again, this is being filmed during COVID-19, so trying to get a hold of a sprayer hose, because they are also called bidets, can be kind of tricky because everyone's buying all the toilet paper and buying bidets. But this is a sprayer hose that can just attach right to your toilet. Mine is not attached to my toilet. We have a separate little mini bathroom in our nursery, and unfortunately the threads on it are not, they're a little bit kind of broken in the back, and so I cannot get this thing on there for the life of me to go on without water spraying out of it. But I've read fabulous reviews about it on Amazon, so I have confidence that once I just replace that pump piece, then I can finally use this thing. But it just hooks on and it hangs on the side of your toilet, and then you can spray your diapers off after you use them, or at night after baby's in bed, you just go spray off your poopy diapers and throw them in the wet bag. These aren't crazy expensive, and I really think it's going to make things slick, especially as we add children to our family and as her diaper contents kind of change as her diet changes. Another tool you might want to have, especially if you're going to go the sprayer route, is this contraption called the Spray Pal. This is more expensive than I'd like it to be, considering the fact that it basically is like, I don't know, like a plastic trapper keeper with buttons and then a clipboard clip. But it works, and I'm definitely not going to spend the time making one. So the Spray Pal, what you're going to do is you are going to take your poopy diaper and you're going to put it in here and clip it on. So it's clipped, hanging in there like that. You're going to set this on your toilet and then take your sprayer hose and spray off the diaper. And that is supposed to minimize how much poopy spray you're getting around your bathroom and how much you're getting on you. And then you just take this out and then throw it in your wet bag or your dirty diaper bag. And this does have these buttons here so you can unbutton it and collapse it. But I think I'll probably just kind of set this in like a little plastic container or something in the bathroom, so that way I'm not having to disassemble this every time I use it. I just don't see that happening realistically. Now, how do you decide what type of cloth diaper you want to use? Each different type has some pros and some cons. I will say the all-in-ones, which are nice in terms of simplicity, they definitely take a lot longer to dry, and they tend to be a little bit more expensive. I would say that pocket diapers are a pretty affordable option. One thing that people might not like about pocket diapers is with those you are having to reach in and pull out an insert. So if you really are kind of squeamish, pocket diapers might not be the best option for you. The hybrid diapers where you snap the insert in and then just change out the insert, those can be nice. It's kind of a combination of the two. Again, they can be on the more expensive side. The cheapest option, especially if you want to go with organic materials, I would say would be using covers and inserts, because you are going to be able to buy your inserts, organic cotton inserts, for a pretty affordable price, and then you only need to have a few of the covers. So if organic is really important to you, then I would say this is probably your cheapest option. Otherwise, either the covers with the inserts or pocket diapers are probably going to be your cheapest. And for me, they seem to work just fine. So how many cloth diapers do you need? That's a great question. It really depends on how often you want to wash your diapers. Now, I wash diapers typically twice a week. And let's see, I believe I have 12 of the pocket diapers. And then I have probably 10 covers, and that gives me more than enough wiggle room. I could probably wash with that many diapers at least every 7 days if I wanted to. I can maybe even stretch it more, but I find that after about 3 or 4 days that the diapers tend to get a little bit musty or stinky, and so I like to wash about every 4 days. Sometimes it gets away from me and it's every 5 days. Typically what I'll do is after Jane goes to sleep is I will go down and do a load of diapers at 7 o'clock, and if you check below you will see where I have linked to a video all about how we wash diapers. Calculating how many diapers you need is pretty simple. So what you want to do is think about how many diapers you go through in a day. So let's say you go through 6 diapers in a day and you want to use the all-in-one diapers. So that one is one where you put it on, the whole thing goes in the wash after it gets dirty. And you only want to wash diapers once a week. So you are going to need 6 diapers for every day of the week. So you are going to need 42 diapers. But let's say you're willing to do your laundry twice a week, you can cut that number in half. If you are going to use just diaper covers, you can get by with buying a few of these, because you might only go through 3 of these a day, and then you'll be going through, 6 or 7 inserts. But you can reuse these if they're only peed in. So then you can buy less of these, but still the same amount of these inserts, if that makes sense. So where can you pick up some cloth diapers? Well, they are widely available on the internet. There are more brands than you can shake a stick at. And so my advice is to try a couple of different options if you can, because you might not know what exactly you're going to like. You might think that you're going to want all-in-ones or you're going to want pocket diapers, and then you invest all this money in getting a whole line of pocket diapers, and then it turns out you really don't like them. So it's a good idea to try a couple of different things. Ask around to your friends who have kids. Some of them might already be cloth diapering. They might lend you some to try, or they might be done with theirs and willing to sell them. That's another thing you can do, is check out Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. There are some online diaper swap groups, and they can get a little bit crazy. Sometimes people are paying $50 for a diaper because they want just that perfect pattern. I'm really not picky. I mean, it's going on their butts and they're pooping and peeing in it, and most of the time they're wearing a onesie or something over it anyway. But you definitely get some really cool patterns and fun designs out there. One word of caution if you are going to be buying used diapers is to make sure you ask about the elastic or check out the elastic. I had a friend who very generously gave me her old cloth diapers, and I started using them with our daughter here, and I couldn't figure out why they were leaking all the time. They didn't seem to fit quite right, and what turned out was happening was the elastic was just really worn out. So here is how a diaper really should look. There should be a lot of spring in there. It should be pretty tight, like that. And then this is what the diapers look like when I got them. So you can really see the difference there. This is completely flat. There's absolutely no spring in it at all. It's just totally worn out. So you can replace the elastic in them. It's not super complicated. I fixed up a couple of different diapers with just a needle and thread and a seam ripper and a pair of scissors, and so it can be easily done. But so you really want to check that with your diapers. If you are buying used diapers, you also probably need to strip them. Stripping them is a process you do because diapers, after they are washed so many times, they get a buildup of just kind of leftover things from detergent on them. It can affect their ability to absorb what's coming out of your baby. So that is a process that I talk a little bit more about. Again, if you check below in the description, there is information about how we wash diapers and how you can strip diapers if you need to. Other places you can buy cloth diapers, Amazon has quite a few options. I know they carry the Mama Koala brand, which is what I really like for pocket diapers. They're cute and they're pretty affordable. Right now you can get 6 of those diapers for $40, and at least at this moment, if when you go on Amazon you click the box that lets you decide what design you have, there's an option to sort by price, and if you click that, you might get lucky sometimes, and they have discount patterns that I think are going, they're done with that pattern line, and so you can get those for $32 instead of $40. So it can be really very affordable to get started with cloth diapering. Okay, so let's do a cloth diapering demo as to how we put on cloth diapers. We are being joined by our friend Sock Puppy. He will be our demonstration baby. He does, however, have a tail, which I'm assuming your baby does not. So we'll just kind of roll with that. So our diaper that we have that we're using, this is a diaper with a cover. So this is a flip diaper. So a couple quick things to look at here is we have these buttons across the side. So these buttons that run this way are ones that are for adjusting the fit in terms of how tight it is on your baby. So you just are going to pull this over and tighten it as you need it tighter. And then these buttons here, these are called the rise buttons. And so these buttons adjust how big the diaper is on your baby. So when you first have your little baby wearing diapers, you'll probably have it kind of buttoned down here. My baby girl, she is a little over 7 months and somewhere around 17 pounds, I guess. And so she wears hers right now, right about here. Just gonna get that buttoned. Hopefully this will also work for our demonstration puppy, just like that. And then it's good to kind of make sure it's tucked up and not kind of bulging out at all. So we are going to put this on our puppy here. And I'm just going to get this tucked in so it's underneath the little flaps. Again, that's a feature I really like of the flip diapers, that it has these little flaps at the end, make it nice and snug, doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so we are going to put this on our puppy. It's like this. And then I will typically kind of pull this down like that to make sure it's not bunched up or anything weird. And then button it. And just do the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's nice and smooth. And button it. Now in terms of tightness, you don't want to be able to fit any more than about 2 fingers in between. You don't want it to be too tight on their little bellies. You want to make sure that you don't have any of your inserts sticking out the top or sticking out the legs. If you do, that will allow moisture to kind of wick out of your diaper. You want it to be snug around the legs. So this is probably not quite tight enough on our puppy here because you can see there's this gap. But you'd want it to be so that it is snug but not tight. Think about kind of how your own underwear fits if you have good comfy underwear where it's not digging into your skin, but it's not hanging off either. So that's how you want the legs to be. And then you also, when you put it on, you kind of crimp it so that it will follow your baby's sort of underwear line. So again, I always think of, okay, well, where does my underwear fall? And you want the diaper to kind of fit in that exact same spot. You don't want it like hanging way down on their thighs or anything like that. You just want it nice and snug and fit. So there you go. So that's it. You should have everything you need to know to get started with cloth diapering. Hopefully I haven't just confused you more, but if I have, please feel free to comment below and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. And thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time to check out our videos. Please hit that like and subscribe button to check out our channel every single week for more videos about farming, family, food, and fortitude here at our rough and tumble farmhouse. And speaking of cloth diapers, Jane, did you just poop? I think she just pooped.